truth.
A squatting showdown caught on camera. It is a scene that highlights how some homeowners across the country are battling squatters who try to use the law to take control of a property. Trevor Alt is here with the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Rebecca. So these headlines come as the NYPD says a homeowner was actually murdered by a pair of squatters that she walked in on. And officials want to avoid potentially dangerous confrontations. But the process of legally removing a squatter can be extremely frustrating and expensive and time-consuming. And some homeowners, like the one we're about to see, are fed up.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
This morning, a squatter standoff caught on camera by our station WABC.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
Adele Andaloro says she inherited this New York City house, but a group of people moved in and changed the locks. The NYPD called in, arresting one man.
Why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
But this man, forcing his way back inside, was allowed to stay. He told investigative reporter Dan Krauth he signed a lease in October, though he showed no proof.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court.
In New York City, squatters have tenants' rights after 30 days, making this a landlord-tenant dispute. But when Adele had the locks changed again...
You're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
Police then took her away in handcuffs for unlawful eviction. When it comes to squatters, homeowners across the country have to navigate a slew of laws which vary by state. In Chicago, Danielle Cruz told our station WLS when she tried to sell her home in 2022, a woman moved in claiming to have a lease.
So we show up with the cops, and there's a young woman in there with all of her belongings. They said, unfortunately, they couldn't prove that she was trespassing. We have to go to court and follow the eviction process.
But one man is fighting back.
I understand you've been squatting at this residence.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee met with Flash Shelton, who calls himself the squatter hunter.
Is this a growing problem?
I think that it's a growing problem like anything else.
When a squatter took over his mother's house, Flash had her lease the home to him, and then he moved in with the squatter until they left. He's now using the same tactic at other homes.
I would have had a right as a leaseholder to go in, move in on him, put cameras on, and eventually lock him out, and that I could force him to civilly try to fight to get back into a property that he couldn't prove that he had a legal right to be in.
Yo, this country is showing you what they really think about homeowners. They're showing you what they really think about their citizens. This is insane. Not only after calling law enforcement, did that lady fail to get those squatters removed from her home, but on top of that, she left in cuffs, y'all. Oh man, what is going on with America? It gets a lot worse, brothers and sisters. Stay tuned.
Too much American dreaming and Hollywood scheming, living life with no reason, just lying and scheming. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some two-bit hustlers and petty schemers, living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. He met the devil in the form of a private dancer, out in magic throwing dollars and swiping plastic. Shorty plug with the rappers and trappers, credit card scammers. Shorty wild scandalous, whispered in his ear and said she had a plan that make more money than he ever had. She just need a line of credit, come get it while it lasts, cause this one here in high demand. He thought he was the man, but he really in the jam. Cleared his whole account, there he stands without a kickstand. A year later, she was drug raped and killed. They found her body filled with 8 rounds from American Dream. Too much American dreaming, it's like a disease. Blue hunters, they fiending, jumping off of the deep end. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some two-bit hustlers and petty schemers living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Young and fresh out of high school, a jock with a bright future, but he's got no direction. Here come the army recruiters, say they got benefits, a house and a picket fence, enough for the newest whips. Fresh out the dealership, seems like the perfect fit, and his girl pregnant. Time to be militant, the country is at war. Placed on his second tour, stepped on a landmine, now he is no more. He promised to come back, his shorty then lost hope. Where is the love at? The army ain't give a shit but a coin in a book scrap. The look that's on her face, America's disgrace, a dream or a nightmare. This place ain't playing fair. American dreaming, it's like a disease. Blue hunters, they fiending, jumping off of the deep. And Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some two-bit hustlers and petty schemers living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming and Hollywood scheming, living life with no reason, just lying and scheming. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming. Even the preachers, police and leaders, let's render what Caesars. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming. Too much American dreaming.
Out, and that I could force him to civilly try to fight to get back into a property that he couldn't prove that he had a legal right to be in.
Experts advise always getting an attorney to navigate legal evictions, but warn it can be costly and take several months.
Squatters are looking for an opportunity, and if they think a property is not being maintained or visited, they may make attempts to enter that property that they have no rights to enter in.
And part of the reason this is even possible is because of loopholes in tenancy laws. For obvious reasons, you can't have a landlord be able to change the locks at any time if there's a person who is staying there. But of course, this process can be maddening. And that New York case at the beginning of the piece, that's still unresolved. She will have to go to court to get those.
Wow. Wow. It could take years to remove those people out of your home. Man, oh man. And I'm not sure if that was an actual New York resident that, well, a lack of a resident, maybe a homeless person did that. But we know that the migrants are really going out here and they're seizing homes. I don't even want to use the word occupy because, you know, they always use these words to try to strum you away, but it's seizing a home. It's literally taking it by conquest. This is crazy stuff right here because it's more going on in the news that a lot of people didn't know, or at least nobody's talking about it. And I'm surprised because there's a migrant situation took place in New York where a woman was found stuffed in a duffel bag. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, after allegedly having her home occupied by a migrant. And I want to go there for a moment and share this with you all so we could talk about this. Let's get into it.
Duffel bag in her apartment.
This morning, police.
Multi-state manhunt for a pair of squatters who may be tied to the murder of a woman whose body was found in a duffel bag in her apartment.
This morning, police say the suspects left the city in her stolen SUV, and then they may have crashed it. Good day's Briella Tomasetti, live in Kips Bay with the very latest. Good morning, Briella. What do we know?
Yeah, Dan and Tashani, well, we're also learning more about what led up to this incident. Having just flown in from abroad, the 52-year-old victim, Nadia Vittel, stopped by her late mother's apartment here in Kips Bay to get it ready for a family friend who was moving in. Cops say when she found those squatters inside unexpectedly, things turned violent. The NYPD has new insight on who may be connected to the murder of a woman whose body was found stuffed inside a duffel bag in her Manhattan apartment. Investigators are looking for a pair of squatters, a man and a woman, who they believe were staying in the apartment prior to the gruesome discovery. Police say 52-year-old Nadia Vittel was last seen walking into her apartment building on East 31st Street in Kips Bay.
Now imagine walking into your home and there's somebody in your home that don't belong there. You call the police. They're not going to show up because they're getting an increase in those type of phone calls because of the migrant crisis. So these squatters more than likely not having proper identification, not having an address to be located. They decide, you know what? Let's just brutally badger this woman with a blunt object and just flee the scene. Besides, who's going to come looking for us? You know, they don't know who we are. We're new to this environment. Yo, this is what's going on right now. Straight up Gotham City, a real live purge going on in New York and spread abroad. This is going on in different places, ladies and gentlemen.
Last Tuesday.
It came as a complete shock and surprise, I didn't even know.
Gene Pompey is the building superintendent. He says surveillance video shows Vittel getting in the elevator and going up to her apartment on the 19th floor. A friend called to make a wellness check, but there was no answer.
So I went up, knocked on the door, and it was just only the dog barking.
Shortly afterwards, the victim's son and two in-laws arrived to Vittel's apartment. When police got there, Vittel's lifeless body was found in the closet, stashed inside a duffel bag. Investigators claim she was beaten to death.
When I came into work, there was an ambulance here and one cop car.
Police allege the squatters had been staying in Vittel's apartment for days, and when she returned, the pair killed her and took off in her SUV. Security cameras captured the suspects coming in on Sunday and leaving Tuesday afternoon, the same day Vittel was last seen. It's believed that they drove her car across the George Washington Bridge into New Jersey and then into Pennsylvania, where they crashed the vehicle.
It's scary when something like this happens. You always expect it to happen somewhere else and not in your own neighborhood.
Republican State Assemblyman Jake Blumenkranz has filed a bill that would make it easier for homeowners to remove squatters from their properties. Under New York state law, people who claim they're tenants can't be arrested for trespassing. That also means homeowners can't change the locks, get rid of their...
Yo, New York laws is absolutely insane, y'all. You know that this society got to be ran by some type of wicked cabal to even allow these type of laws on the books. Proverbs 25:28 says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken without walls. Like a city broken without walls. Now, I want y'all to think about that. It's telling you in this scripture that a man who don't have control over himself is like a city with no walls. That means if you don't have anything in place to properly vet immigration, you're going to have a place with no rules, no laws. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be disarray. It's going to be moral decay. It's going to happen. And you have a lot of people on the left-hand side that will sit up here and argue with you tooth and nail that it's okay to just let all these people come over here without being properly vetted. And now we see what's happening. Now we're seeing the outcome of that chaos. Because if you don't have a country with regulations such as walls, then you don't have a country. It's simple as that. You don't have a country. It's over for New York. You need to get out of here. Get out of there. I wonder why my stream deck just stopped working. All right, so my stream deck is not working right now. I don't know what happened. Just went out. Let's see. Whatever. Everybody pound the like button. But this is madness. And we're going to talk about some of the left-wing arguments that they have because they think they know what the system is doing, but they really don't. Yo, they setting up a real live purge, man. Real talk.
Their stuff or shut off the electricity. The bill would allow police to intervene and make arrests instead of forcing homeowners into an arduous court process. The bill states that tenants do not include...
Like, listen, any resident of New York City or any other major city, I'm just going to put it out here like this. It's better that you get caught with it than without it, if you know what I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, when you call those police, you could possibly leave in cuffs for just trying to, secure your own home. Or you can walk into a potentially dangerous situation and that squatter can end your life, turn your lights out. So what is one to do? They're literally telling you, they're putting you in a position where it's either kill or be killed at that point. And I hear all these crazy ass rappers and all of these gangbangers and trappers, they talking all of that hoorah. I want to see if they're gonna do some of that crazy they say they're gonna do on those news, on those papers, on those in them notebooks and on those rap records. Because y'all whole city being taken over. That's the truth of the matter. But they're not. They're not. They're gonna sit back and allow this to happen. Now, it's very possible that some of the migrants coming over really are just people seeking asylum, really need help, people who are just families looking to chase the American dream. But we wouldn't know that now, would we? Because these people didn't go through the proper protocols to get over here. That's just what it is. Because this is utter madness. This woman found stuff in a duffel bag, y'all. And more than likely, her murder is going to be unsolved. Unsolved murder.
Police allege the squatters had been staying in Vitel's apartment for days, and when she returned, the pair killed her and took off in her SUV. Security cameras captured the suspects coming in on Sunday and leaving Tuesday afternoon, the same day Vitel was last seen. It's believed that they drove her car across the George Washington Bridge into New Jersey and then into Pennsylvania, where they crashed the vehicle.
It's scary when something like this happens. You always expect it to happen somewhere else and not in your own neighborhood.
Republican State Assemblyman Jake Blumenkrantz has filed a bill that would make it easier for homeowners to remove squatters from their properties. Under New York state law, people who claim they're tenants can't be arrested for trespassing. That also means homeowners can't change the locks, get rid of their stuff, or shut off the electricity. The bill would allow police to intervene and make arrests instead of forcing homeowners into an arduous court process.
You heard it. Either you're going to go through an arduous court process, get possibly terminated out here, or, you're going to be arrested. That's what the country is telling you. Now, I'm allowing my phone to reset because for some reason it's tweaking, just like my daggone Stream Deck is tweaking. So I'm resetting that because it's something I want to show y'all on there. But I also want to show y'all something up here because it ain't nothing new under the sun. Peep this. The Roman Empire did the same thing. I was reading this text here from the Roman migration regime. And this is something from Oxford. And ancient Rome fell. And it ain't nothing new under the sun. I like to educate y'all on these things because history is just simply repeating itself. Now, ancient Rome did a lot, man. There was a lot of bread and circus, which means a lot of entertainment to keep you distracted from what's going on. A lot of sports events, a lot of drama, a lot of movies were coming out, and a lot of predictive programming was coming out. But a lot of people didn't know that they were also allowing people to come over to the country. And this was part of imploding ancient Rome, right? We're going to go there. It says in chapter 3, examines institutional responses to migration. To what extent did the state attempt to control migration? And this is talking about ancient Rome. In the case of Rome, it is important to realize that there were no specific legal status of immigrants. In essence, state control focused mainly on status preservation rather than on the movement of the people, and were primarily concerned with social demarcations among the elite. So they had the same type of rules and regulations in ancient Rome, ladies and gentlemen. And only the elite were safe and secure while they were watching people implode. It goes on to say, The exclusions of specific groups that took place from time to time in Rome served at a symbolic level to establish the outer limits of those who belong and those who did not. However, these exclusions had only an indirect bearing on migration. So, what that's saying is they had to go through the system, the letter agencies. It was people who were screened. That means there was a series of characteristics that these individuals had that allowed them to be able to come into the country. See, the elite is doing this on purpose to set up moral decay, destruction, and straight up anarchy in America. That's what's going on. It's literally the purge going on in this country. And a lot of people believe that it's going to get better, but it ain't. It's time to start moving accordingly. It goes on to say, however, these exclusions had only an indirect bearing on migration, as they principally concern other groups than immigrants proper. Romans' control on migration were not completely absent, but they were relatively perfunctory. So they didn't care. They did the same thing in ancient Rome, and we know what happened to ancient Rome. It imploded from the inside out. America is ancient Rome all over again. The Idumeans, the Romans, they're controlling this place. And everywhere they go, it's destruction. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta understand this, man. Under these people, there's never been a civilization. There's never been a quote unquote white civilization. Everywhere they go, meaning in rulership and leadership, there is anarchy, destruction. They get everything by conquest and slavery, and everything gets pillaged and utterly obliterated out here. There is no quote unquote white country that has not been taken by conquest or that has had wars. Civilizations don't have wars, ladies and gentlemen. But these are the people who are making the rules. It's like the inmates are literally running the asylum right now. And until the children of Israel, God's chosen people, take their rightful position, this is going to continue to take place. Now, I want to show y'all what some of our people would argue. Some of the people who have been brainwashed by the left-wing media and the talking heads. And I'm going to show you how these people are thinking and why they justify what the Biden administration is doing. And I'm going to tell you some inside information that I caught wind of. Let me see. I want you to hear what this dude has to say right here. Y'all give me one moment.
Because the United States is in a real tough pickle right now. In my generation, we worked hard. I worked for Verizon. But my kids, your generation, y'all not going to do sanitation or pick up garbage. Y'all not going to be postal workers. Y'all not going to be electricians. You're not going to be plumbers. You're not going to do construction. Y'all starting podcasts. Y'all thinking about other ways of making money. What does that mean if these jobs are not being filled? They create programs for the migrants where they're giving them rent. They're giving them money. In Chicago, they have a program where they give them $9,000 every 6 months. So that's $18,000 a year for rent. That's an average of about $1,500 to $1,300 a month. That's good rent for somebody, right? So now they living in all these places. Your generation, your kids, y'all are not buying houses, bro. So you know what that is? Y'all not getting mortgages. United States needs people to get mortgages. Y'all are not going to college no more. Y'all not creating college debt. United States needs college debt. Y'all are entrepreneurs. Y'all are not joining the military. The military is depleted. That's why they're having things like proxy wars, where they got the drones dropping bombs because they don't have enough military. Y'all are not doing the things that I did, my grandparents did when they came here. So they bringing in millions of new people who are going to do these things.
Now, that's coming from a real left-wing type of perspective. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you all the holes in that theory. Somebody in the chat says he's right. He's actually absolutely wrong. He's wrong, Marie, and I'm gonna explain why. This is why you need to allow me to teach. And these type of talking points is what sway people's thoughts on this. Number one, these people have not went through proper immigration. You don't know who these people are coming over here to even label them working class citizens in the first place. They gave you the word migrant, but they're actually illegal immigrants. Do you understand? That's number one. Then he goes on to say that people are not buying homes. They need people to buy homes. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford to buy homes. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't afford to buy homes. So you're gonna basically disrespect the people within your country, raise the standards, or raise the make it unobtainable. Let's just put it that way. They've made it unobtainable for us to succeed in this country. And then they're giving the keys to the kingdom to other people. That's what's happening. And far as the way wars are fought now, they don't need people to go out there and go to the military and fight their wars. They have drone warfare. They have all of these things. And don't think for a second that those people are going to be fighting wars and doing all of that. No, these people have been brought over here to cause anarchy and destruction, and they've already showed what they're doing. And that's just plain and simple. They're literally mocking us. The housing market has gotten so out of control. Yo, listen. And this is why it's important to build your own homes. For $300,000 to $500,000, you can build about 2 or 3 houses. Do you understand that? In this country, you need about $500,000 just to buy a home these days. $500,000. So simultaneously, while all of this is happening, the Most High is pushing us towards self-sufficiency. He's pushing us towards getting it on our own. And because a lot of brothers that are at a certain age group or demographic, they believe because brothers are getting podcasts and brothers are doing different jobs and working smarter, brothers are becoming business owners, that we're the reason. You see how we always the blame. Do you understand how we're always the blame for the crisis that takes place? Because brothers already built this country. It's called slavery. We built this country. And they low-key be hating. The generation before us low-key be hating. Because brothers have decided ways to navigate in this system to make a living for themselves. But they don't want to say for a second that they didn't secure nothing for us. Yeah, y'all might have worked those jobs, but where are the homes that y'all passed down? I said, where is the homes that y'all passed down? The generation before us didn't leave us a motherfucking thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? But going to say, well, basically, the migrants deserve our 40 acres and a mule under our plight. You got to be crazy. But these are the sentiments coming from these left-wing loopholes. That's crazy. But y'all hear those talking points like the lady came and said, oh, he's right. And he's not right. Not at all. That's called cooning. He ain't right at all. You got to look at what's going on in this country, man. You got to peep all the signs. Let's see. Zone the Kid says, we own nothing, made a country, and still got to pay to live in land we built. That's wild. Exactly. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Absolutely. See, the generation before us should have been occupying land, should have been thinking, outside of the confines of what's happening. But that's not what happened. And I'm not blaming the generation before us, but you can't get upset when brothers figure out a way to survive without being under their $1 million corporations that show us no love. And these migrants are not coming over here to be working no jobs. I want y'all to listen. I'm gonna play this again.
Open though, because the United States is in a real tough pickle right now. My generation, we worked hard. I worked for Verizon. But my kids, your generation, y'all not gonna do sanitation or pick up garbage. Y'all not gonna be postal workers. Y'all not gonna be electricians. You're not gonna be plumbers. You're not gonna do construction. Y'all starting podcasts. Y'all thinking about other ways of making money. What does that mean if these jobs are not being filled? They create programs for the migrants where they're giving them rent, they're giving them money. In Chicago, they have a program where they give them $9,000 every 6 months. So that's $18,000 a year for rent. That's an average of about $1,500 to $1,300 a month. That's good rent for somebody, right? So now they living in all these places. Your generation.
So why aren't some of the brothers getting those type of benefits? Why aren't our men getting those getting those particular vouchers and things of that nature? Why? You mean to tell me there ain't brothers that will be willing to work and make a living for themselves if they were given those type of vouchers? That's a lot. You think brothers wouldn't be lined up to sign up for that? It's not offered to you. It's offered to them. Somebody in the chat says, how are we going to buy land? It's called putting your resources together with other people. And as some of you all know, we are over here on this side, we already have land. We just need people who are ready to occupy it, people who are ready to build, people who are skilled. You know how to reach out to me right there on Instagram. Let's go.
Because the United States is in a real tough pickle right now. My generation, we worked hard. I worked for Verizon. But my kids, your generation, y'all not going to do sanitation or pick up garbage. Y'all not going to be postal workers. Y'all not going to be electricians. You're not going to be plumbers. You're not going to do construction. Y'all starting podcasts.
Did y'all hear what he's saying?
What does that mean if these jobs are not being...
And I'm going to say this as well. You brothers, y'all have to do these type of jobs. You have to learn trades and skills because you're going to need them. Not only to work for their companies, but you're going to need them to work for yourself. These are things that we got to learn as men. And we have 50 skilled brothers who got certain skills and abilities. We got carpenters in our network. We got plumbers. We got electricians. So I don't want to hear that our brothers aren't doing these things. It's just time that we stop doing these things for them and do it for us, because they've already showed you they're not going to give you the type of vouchers. They're not going to give you a leg up like they've given the migrants. They're not going to look out for you. They're not going to give you housing and pay your rent and give you homes and help you out. So you gotta do that on your own so you can build your own. That's why the scripture says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Because we're not desired by these people. We always first fired, last hired. And this is why the scripture says, build ye houses and dwell therein. Plant ye gardens and eat the fruit thereof. Because these people ain't going to look out for us. We got to get it on our own. Absolutely. Shauna Navigator says, facts, Bree. This is a sinking ship and a wasteland. That's absolutely what it is. You know how many people right now are going to college and finding out that college is nothing but a damn pyramid scheme? Coming out there with no money, no housing, no nothing. It's all about getting trades, fellas. You got to learn these skills, because these skills, when you learn a trade, when you have a certain skill, you can take it with you anywhere you go. Anywhere you go. And that's what it's about. You can have no money whatsoever, and you can have a certain skill and a certain trade, and you will be needed in times to come. They're like, yo, we need an electrician, bro. You know, it's going down out here, yo. The electricity went out. You know, while this purge is going on and people are wilding out, yo, an electrician is going to be needed. A plumber is going to be needed. And this is why I keep telling you, brothers, if you have these skills and trades, reach out. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm willing to learn. My trade is firearms. I worked in the firearm industry for a number of years. My trade is guns. I can assemble firearms. Not build, it's a difference, but I can assemble. I can also shoot them. That's my skill. But I am willing to learn. I want to learn welding. I want to learn electrical work. I want to learn plumbing. I want to learn roofing. These are the things I want to learn. And it's never too late. Brothers, I don't care what age you are. It's never too late to learn something. That's what's going to keep us alive. Always constantly learning new trades. Always constantly learning how to do new things. Just recently, I've learned how to produce music. All of the production you hearing in my music, that's me doing that. Mixing, the mastering, all of it. So, you know what I'm saying? We always constantly got to be learning new skills and new trades. I'm telling you. Let me see here. One moment. All right, cool. Y'all give me one moment. Let me see. Let me tend to this real quick. All right, cool. Yeah, man. It's the times that we living in. Hold on. Let me share something else with y'all. Because y'all got to realize what's going on, man. A full blown purge is in the making. How many of y'all have seen purge election year? By show of ones. Because I'm going to share some things with y'all. By show of ones, how many of y'all seen purge election year? Okay, there's a couple people who've seen it. That's what's up. Y'all need to check that out. So I'm going to play an audio clip from a brother. He's going to remain anonymous. Let me see if I can get this audio clip. He's going to remain anonymous, but he sent me this voice memo on Instagram. Let me see if I can find that memo. Because he made some real good points. A brother in the military. And I hope the brother doesn't mind I'm sharing this audio clip you sent, because it's something to really consider right here. Peep what the brother said.
Hey, what's up, brother Ray? Hey, man. I'm currently listening to your video, the one about it's all going to collapse. And in that video, because there was some stuff, because me and my coworkers, we talk about that too. I'm in the military, man. I'm in the Air Force. And we get like all kinds of intel on, like we got intel as far as China and stuff like that. Some of the stuff I can't talk about is due to my security clearance, but I would say that in that video that you did, I'm watching it, and also I wanted to add to when the woman was talking about how she said that they let all the immigrants in. What we thinking that is going to be Biden's Trump card, not like Trump as in Donald Trump, meaning like his Trump card to lay down, like to stay in power, is to let all these people in so that they can cause all kinds of chaos and crime, right?
So he's saying, in case you couldn't hear it, he said what he believes a lot of his brothers in the military. He's in the military at the moment. He's saying a lot of the guys are believing that it's Biden's Trump card, meaning he's pulling a fast one to try to get the country in a state of emergency. For what reason? So he can remain in office. Now listen.
Chaos, crime, anarchy. You got to have all this violence going on And then, so his ultimate trump card is to let them all in, and then kind of, how she said, starve them out and not feed them, and then stop supporting them, and then all hell breaks loose. And then, boom, he declares martial law. That'll keep him in power way past his 4-year term. And then he won't worry about no election as far as actual Donald Trump being in office. That's what I'm thinking, because these migrants, man, like them, these illegal migrants, like how they did cops up there in New York, and they flashed the middle fingers and walking away and getting out. Yeah, this is what they want. That's why they allow them to do this stuff. They giving them more rights than us citizens, us taxpayers, payers. And this is, I believe this is their ultimate trump card.
Yeah, that's very plausible.
Yeah, I really do believe that this is their ultimate trump card. So let's say, like, because dude know that he's losing to Trump, and and I don't know why his old ass want to stay in office. Why you want another term, dude? You're pushing 90 years old. Like, why do you want to keep? Why don't you just go somewhere with all your money? Go live on an island or something. Go enjoy your family or something. Why you want to keep doing this political game? But no, they just want to stay in power, man. Some people, they just can't. Power corrupts. And this is a perfect example of it. And in order to stay in there, you figure, well, if we let all these people in, let millions of them in, eventually they're going to start, causing some chaos. And all we got to do is, well, we can declare martial law, and then that'll keep the Democrats in power forever almost.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely plausible. I mean, when you really think about it, the Democrats seem like they love some damn chaos. I mean, they always sending some type of anarchy forward, bro. Yeah, order out of chaos. These the same people behind Black Lives Matter, and those was Marxists. And I'm not accusing them of being Marxists. They are self-proclaimed communists and Marxists. So those people are all about creating moral disarray. They all about creating anarchy in order to get what they want. This is what they known to do. So I would not put that past the left wing. I wouldn't put that past them at all. And I know there's some people watching like New Breed. Are you into politics? No, I'm into common sense. I ain't into politics, but I'm into common sense. I can see their moves. And yes, the right side is a bit more conservative, but I do believe, and I'll say this, and I say it all the time, I believe that there's agendas on both sides. And it just is what it is. Our only solution as Black Americans, if you ask me, is getting it on our own. We got to give up on the American dream altogether and say, you know what, let's be set apart from these Babylonians. Let's do what we got to do to find our way. Let's start building. Let's secure ourselves, because once you on your own land, there's sovereignty that comes there. You could police yourselves. You could be your own president. No matter what's going on in the world, what's going on your sovereign land does not matter. Your issues and their issues is two different things. What's going on in the cities and how they're being affected won't affect you the same way. That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen, and it ain't going to change. And if it does change, it's going to change for the worse, meaning, they're going to keep on doing what they're doing all the way until you start seeing those people with them damn Lady Liberty masks on, setting a blaze to this place. Till you start seeing them purge people. You already had a guy, one of our people talking about he believed the solution to all this is just having an annual purge. So you already got the 2/3 waiting. Matter of fact, I'm going to play that video for y'all who didn't see that. There's a guy who actually saying, hey, he got the solutions for what's to come. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Yeah, here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? I have the answer. I have the perfect solution to our problems. And it's been there the entire time. It's been right there in our face the entire time. The purge. The purge. We need a real life annual purge in this country. Just like in the movie.
once a year for 24 hours, nothing but chaos and anarchy, and everything is legal. That's what we need. I don't want to wait on no civil war or no the world is ending bullshit. We need a purge right now. I have no problem whatsoever deleting these liberal NPCs at all. And I don't even give a fuck if they get me. I'm not afraid of death. I don't fear death. I was born ready to die. I'm ready to die at any minute of any day. But I'm going to take a couple of these motherfuckers with me. And being that the Democrats are in charge, you would think we would have already had it because they love death and destruction. So I would love it. We don't even need an annual purge. Just one purge. One 24-hour period of nothing but chaos and anarchy. And I would fucking be in heaven. I would fucking love it. And like I say, you would think the Democrats would have already been and done it. So Biden administration, make it happen. That's the only solution.
Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all ladies can't be like Lot's wife. Don't be like Lot's wife. If you got good brothers trying to get you out of the city and get you out of harm's way, don't you look back. Don't you look back. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because a lot of the women, they love these cities. They love being in the midst of these people, not even understanding how unsafe they really are, because there's some people running around here with mental illness out here. With mental illness, who waiting for everything to hit the fan. They waiting for the grid to go out. They waiting for all hell to break loose, so they can show up in your home as a squatter. Because now that word squatter, that's the key word right there. You can come up in your house. There's an intruder there, and because the laws in the cities are so crazy, boom, you bang that line. And you like, yo, it's somebody in my house, and he in my kitchen sharpening he in the kitchen sharpening a damn knife. And all he got to do is say, I'm a squatter, out loud. And when the police hear squatter, that's it. They not coming. And now he in there slicing, dicing you up like a damn Chanterelles plate. Why? Because you want to be in the city. You want to be in the midst of these people. Not listening to the men of the Most High. And they think it's all fun and games until there's a squatter in your home. Ladies, better get yourself husbands who know how to, defend the family. Because it's crazy out here. It's really crazy. When you look at what's going on in America, bro, a lot of y'all would have never envisioned this in a million years, that it's going down like this. Where somebody can occupy your home and you got to sit there and go through litigation just to get people out. Somebody said DC getting hectic. Wow, I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. Somebody says if anything happens, that city is going to be one big traffic jam. That too. Somebody says, facts, this is happening in Pittsburgh. They don't respond to police calls unless someone is deleted. Right. Real talk. Luke 22:36. Then said he unto them, but now he that have a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that have no sword, let him sell his garments to buy one. And let's finish that. Let's finish that scripture. I see it. And they said, Lord, behold, here are 2 swords. And he said unto them, it is enough. That means if you don't have no weapon to defend yourself, you need to sell the clothes off your back if it means to get one. You need to go into the savings. Matter of fact, get you 2 of them. That's what the Bible telling you. Get you 2 of them. That's what the scriptures tell us. Somebody said this is the new America. It's just beginning. First in key cities. Absolutely. Somebody said some can't come up in your house and claim squatter rights. That's breaking and entering. Well, obviously they doing it. You must be missing the news. You must be missing the news. Imagine you go out of town for a week. Who's to determine or blur the lines here? You must be missing the news here. No, this is the woman who got found stuffed in a duffel bag from alleged squatters. But I don't think you've seen Good Morning America this morning. I don't think you've seen it. So let's go.
How about that? A squatter standoff.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
How about that? A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens, and our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Her $1 million home. This $1 million. Look at this home, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. America's done. This is $1 million home. Stop playing.
Confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens.
You mean to tell me this is all $1 million gonna get you in New York? Yo, bruh. Yo, with $1 million, do you know what we can build? We can damn near build a whole community with $1 million. You can damn near build a whole community with $1 million. America's done.
And our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Several people were taken away in handcuffs, and one of those arrested may surprise you.
Investigative reporter Dan Krauth joins us now with more on what happened. Tell us, Dan.
Well, this is a very big growing problem. I received dozens of tips from viewers about this in just the past week. I went to do what I thought was going to be a routine interview. Instead, we capture what police and property owners are dealing with on a daily basis.
I have video of you.
Who are these people? Out the situation, but they're in my house, man. Relax. No.
To understand how this day ended,
We need the police right away.
with multiple 911 calls and arrests, we have to start at the beginning.
Adele, the hardest question is, how do you say your name?
We met Adele Andaloro.
I believe that house is about somebody said in New York, that's about $1 million. That's crazy. Is there any New Yorkers in the building? Because I'm like, yo, is this real? Is this what you getting for a meal in New York? Somebody break this down to me. Because the news is claiming this is $1 million home. Are there any New Yorkers in the building? So let me know something, because this is crazy. A lot of people saying, yeah, bro. Yes. Yo, America's done, bro. Yo, we don't start building on our own, bro. And we don't start putting our money to putting our money together, stop letting these people get over on us. Somebody said Andrea said that's about $300K in St. Louis. That ain't, man, that's crazy. For $300K worth of material to build a home, you can build about 3 of those. You can build about 3 of those. $100,000, you can build that. Easy. With $100K, you can build that house. Yo, this is crazy. New York is off the chain.
Outside the home her parents left her in Flushing, Queens. She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6th and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation.
I mean, this is crazy. They got rights after 30 days. So imagine you go out of town, you come back, some dude walking around with a robe on, eating your cereal, just chilling, just feet kicked up. Where does the rent? What does the rent defer to? Well, since she owned the home, so they're looking at homeowners. Let me get this right. These squatters are basically going after homeowners. This is why we got to be in a community, bro. This is why we need a community. Man just walking around your house with some slippers on, feet kicked up, eating the cereal, just chilling. Ain't paying no mortgage, no electricity. You going through litigation for a year trying to figure out how to get this person out of your house while paying your mortgage. While paying, you can let the electricity get off. You can let that go off. That's what they advise you to do. So the electricity goes off, but you still have the bill. It's still going on your credit. Yo, this country is trash, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this country is trash, bro. So they like the hell with it. They don't care. So they in the house now. Now they lighting fires in your house, doing all kind of drugs in your house. They got candles everywhere because you didn't let the electricity go off. Yo, so now they in there and like, you know what? Let me go find somebody else. This person ain't. They looking at you like you trifling. They ain't even pay the electric. Walking around wearing your clothes, all of it, bro. And America's calling it squatters' rights. Yo, America is a wild place, bro. America is this is like an alternative universe, bro.
And they do their work and their job, will be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. And now she's back.
Just after wrapping up our interview, a woman showed up. What are you doing in the house? Are you renting this house? Why are you here? She unlocked the front door, saw our cameras, and took off.
It's open. Let's go in the house. It's open.
Adele and her daughter, with the property deed in hand, went inside.
This is my furniture. These are my curtains.
She didn't just find her belongings inside.
She just went in because she had a property deed. She brought the news with her.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
She found two men.
How long have you lived here?
I moved in about 2 days ago.
They've called.
Yo, cuz said I moved here about 2 days ago. Yo, he said I moved. How long you been here, man? I moved here about 2 days ago. Yep, the Orwellian nightmare has become a reality. This is wild.
Call the police on me, and I've called the locksmiths. I didn't come in illegally. The door was open.
Police started interviewing neighbors and looking for documents.
Do you have something that shows that you've been here for more than 30 days?
They took the man who told me he had been renting for 2 days out in handcuffs.
So look, so peep what happened. He told the truth and said, yo, I just moved here 2 days ago. So he didn't know the law. You have to lie and say, oh, I've been here 30 days. I've been here 30 days. There was other people occupying it. Squatters roam together. So after one squatter that occupied the home, then, they invite their buddies in. But this dude is all, man, I just got here. But if he would have said 30 days, that would have been it. And if you notice, after he said 2 days, the police was like, so you don't have no proof that you was here for 30 days. Then they removed him. But peep this, they removed the lady too, with the news watching. Watch this, y'all. And I'm talking about the actual homeowner got placed in cuffs.
They got one out.
And escorted the other guy off the property.
Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks. And it's not fair. It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up, but police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed. The man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door.
And the police watched it. Yo, the police sat back and watched it. Yo, this is insane, bro. So the police ain't get that man for assault, damaging a property, nothing.
Broke through myself and my daughter to get.
Because even if he was leasing that place, you got to think of it. Even if he was leasing that place, and there was no proof, there was no type of lease. Even though, where's the leasing agreement? There's no leasing agreement. But the fact that he just damaged her property, and he's just entitled to that home like that, the police not. Yo, that's what I'm telling you, bro. These people are not coming to your aid. They're not coming to your rescue.
To get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house. Yes, he did. And so did you. You broke through the front door.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
They consider this a landlord-tenant issue. And by law, it has to be handled through the housing court, not with police.
If you own this house, you would not want her inside.
I don't own it.
Exactly,
Yes.
she does.
Yes, but then once again, you should know how the law works.
I do know how it
there's-
works.
There's rules to the as you got to go to court and send me to civil court.
He says he signed a lease in October, but wouldn't tell us with who.
I got proof longer than that.
Show us the proof.
But who are you for me to show? I showed it to cops.
Dan with Channel 7 News. If you don't want to show it, you don't want to show it.
Proof. Come here, brother. I like that.
I would like to see it.
He didn't show me a lease.
This is a bill.
A bill for work he says he had done to the house. He didn't show police a lease either.
The police department doesn't have the lease? No. He's got no.
So he could have just done some work for the house and just decided to squat there.
documentation.
No lease agreement, but he ain't getting removed. That's crazy.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested
For what?
for being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed
That's
is
what it was
current
told
and
already.
legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court and we deal with the judge.
Yo, that's only in America, y'all. Only in America. But you know, it is what it is, y'all. You know, we got to move accordingly. We got to start to really support our interests. And martial law got to be coming to this place. The New World Order is in full spin. These people, this is George Orwell's 1984 predictions coming right off the page at this moment. All they want is confusion. That's all Babylon is about. This is insane. Somebody said, let me see here. Toddington says, why are squatters' laws becoming known in 2024? Was it always this way? No, they're trying to subliminally. I'm glad you asked that. Anything aired on mainstream media has an agenda. What they're trying to do essentially is communicate to the migrants that, hey, y'all have the rights to go ahead and occupy these Americans' homes because they're no good for us. You know, they're useless eaters. We've already weighed them down through psychological warfare, bread and circus, the air, the food. All Americans, they just fat and lazy. So look, you know, if they get caught slipping, you know, if they get caught loafing, you know, hey, you go ahead and take that. Because we're gonna replace those people. Yeah, it's a dog whistle. It's like they brung them over here, and now they letting them know, hey, you know, if you need somewhere to stay, we do have certain laws on the books, because eventually they're not going to be supporting they're not going to be supporting these migrants. We're not going to be supporting these migrants. So, hey, you know, do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying. They want to see chaos break free. They want to see us out here fighting and going against each other. This is why we just need to get out of these major cities and make proper moves. Somebody says, if you waffling like a demon, spreading distractions, agent, why you don't address my comments? Let me do you a favor. I got you, bro. One moment, I got you. I wish my sound deck is working, but it's not. But you out of there. Yep, somebody said this gonna happen more and more, right? I'm over here reading comment sections. That person that thirsty for attention. Somebody said they bought the video over. Now they bringing illegals. They bought the vid over. Oh, I get what you're saying. Now they bringing illegals. Yeah, man. Yeah, this escape from New York. Yeah, they want everybody fighting each other. Monique says, so if you don't pay the mortgage, your home goes into foreclosure, but a person can occupy your property. The system is trash. Exactly. Now imagine if you're in a communal environment. Ain't nobody fitting to be occupying our homes, and we living in the community. Because we know everybody that's in there. We know everybody that's in there. It's like they taking these people from these third world countries, and they're like, hey, you know, y'all know what struggle about. Y'all know what war about. Do what you do over there in your country. Just do it over here, because we want this to be a third world country too. That's what it seemed like to me. Somebody said, have faith in God and stop believing in fear. Who's afraid? Only person who should be afraid is somebody who is just totally lackadaisical, somebody totally sleep, somebody who ain't gonna ever take the proper steps in life. Right. Broken Matrix says, why walking in your house and someone with your bathrobe on, bedroom slippers, barefoot on top of that? Right. That's what's going on in America. You walk up into your house, they just chilling, watching your flat screen, feet kicked up and everything. Why? Because you went on a business trip. You call the police do nothing. That's America. Yeah, let me get this person out of here. Because the same people who say, new breed, don't believe in fear, just rely on God. Y'all the same people who gonna keep praying to Jesus that everything gonna go right in America. You the same ones that keep praying to Jesus that the cities are gonna go back into some level of conservativeness, some level of sense, while all hell breaking loose around you. You're gonna still be sitting there praying to Jesus. And I believe in the Messiah, but not that passive Jesus that y'all be believing in. That's in these damn churches. I don't believe in Caesar Borgia. I don't believe in being pacified. I believe in being proactive. I believe in critically thinking. I believe in being solution based. I believe in showing action. I'm not going to sit here and watch the country going into disarray and see it fall the same way ancient Rome fell, and not at the very least take certain preemptive measures to make sure my family don't end up in situations like that. And if you scared, then you scared. Be scared. I don't care. That's on you. Yeah, somebody say, I used to think they wanted to put people in prison to get free labor. Now I don't know what to think. Well, I mean, they do that to get free labor. We forget that America has the biggest prison population in the entire world. So that also goes back to that one guy when he was talking about, we don't want to do this job, we don't want to do that job. What do you think is going on in prison? Where most of the prison makes up blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and so forth. Well, not Native Americans, but ethnic people. What do you think they're doing in jail? They're doing all of these industries. They're working sanitation. Slavery still exists. So that dude's theory is bullshit. His theory is BS. They didn't bring these people over here so they could be working class citizens. They brought those people over here so they can take from you and cause chaos in this country. Even if people had some of the people coming over didn't come over here with ill intentions. Listen, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Let's say you seeking asylum and you an immigrant. You coming over here. America say, hey, we're going to give you some vouchers. We're going to let you come over here and do what it do. And then America end up leaving you high and dry the same way it left us. Now you got your children in the streets. Now you got this going on and that going on. You're going to turn to the worst too. Some of the migrants going to turn to prostitution, drug dealing, robbery, theft, grand larceny, all of it. See, they being used as pawns in the game too, that some of them don't even know they in. Trafficking, all of it. That's the reality. But you know, it is what it is, man. All praises to the Most High. Hopefully y'all gain some understanding here. Somebody said this is just the beginning of the birth pains, right? Yeah, man. If y'all want to support the work, support me at New Breed Global Truth 77 on the Cash App. All contributions goes towards our land development we got going on in North Carolina. For those who don't know, myself, New Breed Global Truth, along with Unlimited Potential Farms and Congregation of the Mighty, we have over 117 acres of land. We about to be getting greenhouses built very soon. There'll be yurt living, small home living. There'll be gardens planted. You know, we already got wells dug. You know, we just doing what we supposed to do. And all my Cash App contributions go towards that initiative. So I would appreciate the people to actually, if you're interested in securing your future, because you may want to, you know, join us at some point, you know, support your interests. Somebody said, where in North Carolina? Is not far from Myrtle Beach. It's not far from Myrtle Beach at all. And, you know, we're working on getting some things developed for the people, because in the future it's either that or tent cities. That's what it looked like. It's either that or tent cities. But anyway, all praises to the Most High. Thank each and every one of y'all. I'd like to thank all the moderators for coming through and holding it down. Y'all done a fantastic job. But y'all want y'all to have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.